Hi, everybody. This is Coffee bringing you chapter 12 of my 4 Kings 100% Growth LTC. This clear is once again basically the same as the old run, with some small changes made to deal with updates to the game. The objective is to have units arrive on the 3 tiles where the enemy bosses start. 4 Kings has a pretty cool hack called Deposition that tells the story of why and how the antagonists of Lionel route launched the revolution that we see happen in the first arc of the game. The original game was updated after this to add the prequel characters by having them replace the generic bosses on Lionel Route, and they do have their base stats from Deposition. The most important consequence for this clear is that the bosses have decent luck stats, making it harder to crit them. I could probably have tried to devise a better overall clear, but I could not be bothered to work on figuring one out that would also manage EXP the way we want for our long term goals, and instead solve the problem by dumping a whole bunch of secret books on Regis. The top left boat is an exercise in feeding EXP to him, which is why we deploy units who don't need to see much combat there. The bottom boat only gives us 2 discretionary deployment slots, and one of them goes to Victor, who needs to earn a couple of levels to hit promotion and recruit a new unit for us. Marcy takes the other one because her flight lets her kill the boss on turn 2 without interfering with other units' EXP gain. The warrior near the boss has a stealable red gem. The top right boat is where we put our filler units and Colt. Cindy, Huff, and Max just kill enemies to get them out of the way. We will feed Colt another level because we can, and since Maelstrom has huge range, the boss of the boat will be fed to Regis. This is an example of how Regis tries to use all of his spare actions on staff users. This map is probably the most combat max ever season 1 go. It took some experimenting to figure out the optimal weapon configuration for the units on the top right boat to make sure that none of them were at significant risk of just dying. All of the EXP that Regis was fed on the previous chapter lets him one round all these enemies that he fights and survive with 1 HP with the barrier boost. Victor needs to dodge 1 out of the 2 attacks that go for him on this enemy phase. And Lionel needs to dodge this archer to make sure that the other archer goes for Victor rather than him. He breaks up our new Sword Reaver to steal that kill for himself. I could have just rigged a crit here to have Victor kill the Ammonite, which would have made the enemy phase more sensible. Lionel doesn't really need to abuse the saber anymore since he hit B swords, but why not have him use it? With the magic he gained and all the secret books we dumped on him, Regis can one-shot Lorelei with a 1% Thunder crit. Lorelei has 18 luck, meaning that even with a capped 30 skill, he would still not be able to kill her without some kind of weapon that gives him extra crit. UC2 needed a crit weapon to kill Regina. She could have used the Killer Lance, I suppose, but again, there was no particular need to. The green NPC pirates include our next recruitable, Terry. He's a pirate with decent res and low defense who brings us the first really abusable PRF for abusing the top of inventory glitch, Bowbreaker. It's a 1-2 range axe that gives the Bowbreaker skill, which is 50 hit and avoid versus enemy bow users. It acts as a budget Philly shield for our flyers, and given we won't be able to get the actual anti-flyer effectiveness item in this run, is the only buffer they will have to deal with strong bow users in Ballistic. He will promote ASAP to help us with the next chapter. Turn 3 is when we're gonna end this map, so we just need to clean up in all the sectors of the map. Colt only needs a little bit of EXP to get his next level, so I instead fed that kill of the mercenary to Max. Celia actually has a pretty high res stat, which is why we wanted half to chip her down further so Regis could take the kill on her. The fourth use of Hermern is used on a Lightbrand that we already wore down. There wasn't really any other good candidate for this Hermern use, and Zoe did want to use it to hit level 12. Regis kills 2 birds with 1 stone here, seizing the top left boat while also killing the boss of the right boat. Vin doesn't need any EXP anymore, so I decided to feed Sally another kill. I don't really have anything else to add here, so that will be chapter 12 completed in 3 turns. I will see you guys next time.